Good evening. Not good evening, but good morning. Good morning, Transformers. It's a great day for transformation. I am your host, Samion Crumby, leader and founder of One Transformation Center. It is absolutely a pleasure to be with you again this morning for another morning manifestation session. Today is an amazing day. Some of you have already began your day, and others are just rising, taking your first moment, your first breath, active breath, forming your first thoughts in this day. And I'm grateful that you have joined us as we celebrate humanity through transformation while inspiring, motivating, and healing lives and relationships. Thank you for being with us. We're excited to have you. We're excited to be the place that you've chosen to support you in your transformation. Whether you're listening live or the replay, take a moment and go and like the stream from wherever you're listening, as we're broadcasting from Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. We want you to also go to our social media spaces, One Transformation Center on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and like and subscribe, share with other people. For it is our ambition to be your support, to be your accountability partner along your daily journey. A space where you can come to and get refreshed and reminded of who you are beyond your ego. Beyond your ego. To remind you of the opportunities that are available to you so that you can keep your head in the game. So again, thank you for joining us. And we're here every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. on the weekends. Let's begin with the oath of manifestation. Let's begin with the oath of manifestation. Take this off the screen here. And for those who aren't aware of the oath of manifestation, it is that space. It is that moment in time when we get to speak life back into ourselves. There's nothing greater than speaking life. All around us, we are being reminded of ego. And our ego constantly wants to thrush its sentences, its death sentences on us, its limitations, its diseases, its discontentment. Well, the oath of manifestation is that declaration that reminds us of our independence, our emancipation, that we're free from ego, that we are free to align with the freedoms that have been vested to us, that are our birthrights, granted before creation. It's that thing that helps us to reconnect with our soul contract. So join me and let's speak this into existence with absolute fervor, with meaning. Before we do so, let's all take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let's do this twice more. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Yes, let it all go. Release anything that could be against you and prevent you from being your best and highest self. Let's begin to read. Let's begin to declare. I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places in my life and the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have and grateful for all that I'm ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Man, give yourself thanks. Give yourself appreciation for this proclamation, for you receiving and speaking this declaration into your life, for you are worthy. You are deserving. You are deserving. All right, let's transition over to our affirmative reading and prayer. It is time for our affirmative reading and prayer. And this is coming from A Course in Miracles, Lesson 72. A Course in Miracles, Lesson 72. And it's as follows: I will there be light. The proclamation is, I will there be light. And it reads, while we have recognized that the ego's plan for salvation is the opposite of God's, well, actually, stand corrected, that was yesterday's. It says, today, we are considering the will you share with God. This is not the same as the ego's idle wishes, out of which darkness and nothingness arise. The will you share with God has all the power of creation in it. The ego's idle wishes are unshared, and therefore have no power at all. Its wishes are not idle in the sense that they can make a world of illusions in which your belief can be very strong. But they are idle indeed in terms of creation. They make nothing that is real. Idle wishes and grievances are partners or co-makers in picturing the world you see. The wishes of the ego gave rise to it, and the ego's need for grievances, which are necessary to maintain it, peoples it with figures that seem to attack you and call for righteous judgment. These figures become the middlemen the ego employs to traffic in grievances. They stand between your awareness and your brother's reality. Beholding them, you do not know your brothers or yourself. Beholding them, you do not know your brothers or yourself. Your will is lost to you in this strange bartering, in which guilt is traded back and forth and grievances increase with each exchange. Can such a world have been created by the will the Son of God shares with his Father? Did God create disaster for his Son? Creation is the will of both together. Would God create a world that kills himself? Today, we will try once more to reach the world that is in accordance with your will. The light is in it because it does not oppose the will of God. It is not heaven, but the light of heaven shines on it. Darkness has vanished. The ego's idle wishes have been withdrawn. Yet the light that shines upon this world reflects your will, and so it must be in you that we will look for it. Your picture of the world can only mirror what is within. The source of neither light nor darkness can be found without. Grievances darken your mind, and you look out onto a darkened world. Forgiveness lifts the darkness, reasserts your will, and lets you look upon a world of light. We have repeatedly emphasized that the barrier of grievances is easily passed and cannot stand between you and your salvation. The reason is very simple. Do you really want to be in hell? Do you really want to weep and suffer and die? Forget the ego's arguments, which seek to prove all this is really heaven. You know it is not so. You know it's not so. You cannot want this for yourself. There is a point beyond which illusions cannot go. Suffering is not happiness, and it is happiness you really want. Such is your will in truth. And so salvation is your will as well. You want to succeed in what we are trying to do today. We undertake it with your blessing and your glad accord. We will succeed today if you remember that you want salvation for yourself. You want to accept God's plan because you share in it. You have no will that can really oppose it, and you do not want to do so. Salvation is for you. Above all else, you want the freedom to remember who you really are. Today, it is the ego that stands powerless before your will. Your will is free, and nothing can prevail against it. Therefore, we undertake the exercises for today in happy confidence, certain that we will find what it is your will to find. And remember what it is your will to remember. No idle wishes can detain us, nor deceive us with an illusion of strength. Today, let your will be done. And end forever the insane belief that it is hell in place of heaven that you choose. We will begin our longer practice periods with the recognition that God's plan for salvation, and only His, is wholly in accord with your will. It is not the purpose of alien power thrust upon you unwillingly. It is the one purpose here on which you and your Father are in perfect accord. You will succeed today. The time appointed for the release of the Son of God from hell and from all idle wishes. You will succeed today. The time appointed for the release of the Son of God from hell and from all idle wishes. His will is now restored to his awareness. He is willing this day, this very day, to look upon the light in him and be saved. After reminding yourself of this and determining to keep your will clearly in mind, tell yourself with gentle firmness and quiet certainty, I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. Repeat this with me. I will there be light. Let me behold the light that reflects God's will and mine. Then let your will assert itself. Join with the power of God and unite it with yourself. Put the rest of the practice period under their guidance. Join with them as they lead the way. In the shorter practice periods, again, make a declaration of what you really want. Say, I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. Say it with me. I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. I will there be light. Darkness is not my will. This should be repeated several times an hour. It is most important, however, to apply today's idea in this form immediately. You are tempted to hold a grievance of any kind. This will help you let your grievances go instead of cherishing them and hiding them in darkness. And that is the reading of the word. I want to take a moment. As I was having a conversation yesterday, and we were talking about salvation. And I know we have been shared, as many of us have grown with certain ideologies and belief systems, philosophies. And we have been taught that salvation is the saving of our souls. We have been taught that salvation is the crucifixion, is equivalent to the crucifixion of the Master Teacher Jesus. I challenge you to see salvation differently today, to make it personal to you. And in doing so, you'll begin to see things differently and truly harness your power from a space of love, from a space of alignment, and not one of fear. Allow salvation to become anything that is against your freedom. Allow salvation to become anything that is against you truly realizing and understanding, as well as embracing love without condition. See salvation as the relinquishing of anything that begins with the word dis, like dis-ease, disjointed, dysfunction, delusion. See salvation as the relinquishing of anything that is hurtful and harmful to you. And see it as the ability to align with happiness instead of fear, peace instead of frustration and anger, joy instead of anxiety. When you make these simple fixes, it will allow you to be able to move forth in a space that disconnects you from ego. As we remember that ego is simply edging God out. Let's take a moment and offer a prayer of gratitude. Father, Mother, God, guardian angels, all that works together for our best and highest good, our divine essence, we say thank you. Thank you for this word this morning, this word that gives us the tools and the life that we can go forth and move in a space of fluid understanding and a fluid agreement that reconnects us with our soul contract, that reconnects us with the truth of who we are and whose we are. We give thanks for the power to relinquish anything that is truly not of your will. We give thanks for the reminder that our will and your will is connected. That today we no longer lean upon our own understanding or feel the need to define a thing or feel the need to try to judge a thing or to create any sense of grievances today. Why? Because your will and your love and all that you have for us, our happiness, is far more important than those things. We thank you that the light of heaven shines upon our life and sanitizes anything that opposes it. We thank you that today that we begin to see the limitations of our egos and choose to operate in a limitless space. That's where you reside. That's where you reside. You that is within us, for you remind us that the kingdom of God is within and not without. So we give you all the glory and the praise, and we thank you for the ability to see you in each and every person, in everything, in every moment. And be first and foremost, to begin to see you in ourselves as we realize our true selves. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Ashe. Oh. And so it is. That commences our morning manifestation. We just want to remind you that we're back every morning, Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m., Monday through Friday, with the exceptions on the weekends. We're here at 8 o'clock. Get to sleep in a little bit later. And don't forget to join us tomorrow for the Transformative Conversation at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed any part of this, feel free to go back and check us out on YouTube and catch up and revisit. Become reacquainted with who you truly are and what God really has for you. And no longer allow ego to be your driving force. Last time I checked, you don't want to be edged out, do you? Until next time, we love you. We thank you for being all that you are. We just ask one thing of you. Continue to be the change you desire to see. Be great. Until next time.